Gilbert. A nice settling tone before we get started. The Centers for Spiritual Living 2026 global theme is Open at the Top. Today is April 26, 2026. And our monthly theme is the practice of becoming. Our weekly topic title is Love as a Daily Commitment. Our prelude was done by the gifted and talented Gilbert Zachary. Thank you, Gilbert. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this house of God. I'm H. Jerry Lawson, a practitioner at Miracle Center for Spiritual Living, 2653 South Taylor Road in Cleveland Heights, Ohio. And if you would, just sit in a contemplative state while I do the invocation. Infinite Spirit, in whom we live, move, and have our being, we acknowledge the presence, we acknowledge the power, we acknowledge the activity of Spirit. And we just know that this power, this love, this activity of Spirit is active right now at Miracle Center for Spiritual Living. It is active in each and every person that is on their way here, each and every person that is here, each and every person that's connected through Zoom. And we know that we are blessed with the lesson that we hear today from Reverend Teresa Slusher. We know that Miracle Center for Spiritual Living is a wonderful, wonderful place. And we just give thanks for it being here, for all the beauty and grace. And if you're in agreement with me, you can say with me, and so it is, and so we let it be. Amen. Welcome again. How's everyone today? What if love were not a fleeting feeling, but a daily practice that reveals who you truly are? How much do you practice love as a sacred path to your true divine revelation? Affirmation. I practice love consciously, and in that act I reveal my true nature. Science of Mind point of view. At Centers for Spiritual Living, we know that love is a universal principle. Love is the outpouring of the universal spirit through its desire to express itself as creation. Love is the impulse, and the law is the form that creation takes. Therefore, love is not something that we can give and receive. It is our divine nature. Different spiritual practices and methods help us open our inner understanding, align ourselves with the consciousness of our true being to know that love is more than a feeling. Heal blockages to open ourselves up and live love as revelation. And now we're going to get a dynamic song, and this is a Science of Mind song. A dynamic song by Michael Gott. I release and I let go. Oh my goodness. What an entree for Reverend Teresa to come in. With her message, her topic is Love as a Daily Commitment. Reverend Teresa.
Thank you, Jerry.
You are welcome.
Woo! That's a pretty powerful song. That song packs a lot of oomph. I release and I let go. I let spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. I'm free in the spirit, and I am only here for God. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, let us commit to love today.
Yes.
Yes, I like that. Yes, let's do it. Because the truth is, we cannot measure love, yet we can measure how much we love, right? How much do you practice love as a sacred path to your true divine revelation? Let me ask you this. When you wake up in the morning, do you greet the day with love? Or maybe you greet the day with apprehension, dread, or anxiety? It probably depends on your state of mind and what plans you have for the day, how you wake up and greet it. You can always change your state of mind, but you cannot always change your plans. People lay plans down for you sometimes that you have no control over. You can plan on going to work or not plan on going to work, but chances are they've planned out your day at work pretty much like what you need to get done, your goals. Plans are not always in your control, but your state of mind, you have complete control over. And though we say love feels good, we know that it feels good, yet it is more than a fleeting emotion. So really, what is love? Let's just say that love is a way of being. Love is our divine nature. It is our very essence and our very existence. That's why it feels so good. It is our nature, our home. It is where we feel most comfortable. Now, the question becomes, how do we show up in the world? How do you behave and act? Do you choose to be your natural self, or do you let yourself be controlled by what others think of you? Or perhaps you let your fears control you. Your fears lock you into that dreaded state of mind, riddled with anxiety, doubts, and apprehensions. Let's relax. Let's relax and understand that practicing love isn't always easy or pleasant. It just isn't. It's not so easy because we have unfortunately convinced ourselves that while growing up, that we have no autonomy, independence, or self-rule. We often think that we are victims of circumstances or situations. We sometimes think that we must succumb to someone or something greater than oneself. And so we begin to battle against the oppressor, the authority whom we think is holding us back. We become the teenage rebel. We become the nonconformist. And we also become the attacker in hopes to become the hero. But what are we really battling? Are we really battling the confines of our own thinking, perhaps, our own mind? Yes, that's what we're really battling. We think the battle is in the other person, but the battle is truly within ourselves. And what is it within ourselves that we're battling anyway? Well, in a sense, it's that little person. You know, when you were a child who swallowed hook, line, and sinker the idea that you are maybe not worthy or not good enough. And that little one has been hiding in the shadows of those who we thought were superior. You know, the big people. Instead of letting our light shine, we squelched down and hid out of fear. This is the one, this little one within us is the one who greets the mornings with apprehension, dread, and anxiety. But somewhere in life, we begin to awaken, to see things through a different lens. Our self-awareness grows through spiritual maturity. As we begin to seek answers to our existence, like, remember asking, why am I here? What is life for anyway? And then with our questioning, our inquisitiveness, our desire, our seeking, we begin to have breakthroughs. Because in some way, we have been broken. And so we have the good fortune to break through those patterns that have kept us bound up. Now, as we awaken to our true nature, we begin to free ourselves. We do this freeing of ourselves when we become empowered. And we become empowered when we begin to develop our determination, our perseverance, and a loving presence. But then how do we develop these traits, these qualities? Little child within, we do this with patience, attentive listening, unconditional forgiveness, and small acts of daily care. Self-care, being gentle with oneself. Be that gentle being with that small child. Love that child. Self-care and care for others. We're all little children on this planet pretending to be these grown-up adults, right? So understand that developing these qualities and practicing patience, attentive listening, and unconditional forgiveness, and small acts of daily care does not depend on your mood or on everything being perfect. Oh, no, no, no. Nothing is ever perfect anyway. But it depends on the conscious choice to be open, to understand, and to sustain. It is a commitment that needs to be renewed every day with ourselves, even in the midst of fatigue or differences. Now, our feelings can be spontaneous, but loving requires a willingness to be open, to give of ourselves to ourselves, and to practice constantly. And as we practice, then the love, the living expression of our divine nature, it is here that we begin to see clearly what has always been there, our oneness with the whole, our oneness with the whole. We become holy. It is not about adding something new to ourselves, no, because it is ourselves. And then through spiritual practice, this is difficult, very, very difficult. We learn to forgive, and forgive again. It is about removing those obstructions of our perception of the eternal and everyday. It's about removing the I am not good enough or worthy enough and the false belief in separation. You know, you over there, I'm not like you, you're not like me. We're not the same, but we are. Separation is a block. Not feeling good enough or worthy enough is a block. These blocks, these things in our mind block our becoming. So it's about removing the fears that block our good. The key is that when we recognize our divinity, all fears dissolve and our energies flow freely. We're free in the spirit. Things we want flow gracefully towards us. Now, sometimes we might go through a little doubt out of habit. Doubt creeps in every now and then. Yet, as soon as we embrace our faith, things again begin to flow with ease and grace. And the best part of the flow is that it's not only incoming, but it's outgoing as well. Everything we do becomes a beautiful, graceful dance, a true flow. All we need to do is to just trust and allow, release and let go, and let it flow. All of our unresolved emotional wounds, judgments about ourselves and others, and expectations of them and our environment are like filters that distort our perception. We think people need to be a certain way, and if they don't follow our certain way, well, they become our enemy. But see, when we become fearful of rejection, because we're not their certain way, they might reject us, so we have to pretend that we are someone that they could love. If we become fearful of loss or pain, we put up invisible barriers to protect ourselves. This supposed projection isolates us from our true selves as well. It becomes a game, a hide and seek game. We become defensive, and we can even attack others and blame them for our situations and our conditions. We point our finger at them. Shame on them. They should have never done that to us. Who do they think they are? Don't they realize who we are? Unfortunately, when we try to control how our relationships should manifest, we limit the spontaneity that genuine surrender requires. Genuine surrender. See, the mind is trapped in the past or preoccupied with the present, usually, or the future, or it's preoccupied with the future. And we lose sight of the present, where real presence can emerge. When we're fully present, that's when the greatest gifts emerge. When we let go of this need for control or perfection, when we surrender and humble ourselves, the natural flow of who we are finds its channel. The act of opening up begins with the decision to trust, to be available, and to see with new eyes, beyond the old stories that no longer define us. Sometimes we just got to give it up. And when we open up and begin to release our hidden selves and the protected self, we find love at our core. We find our divine nature, our very essence, and our existence. Now, this is why prayer is so powerful. Prayer quiets the mind and helps us to be more receptive of the good that wants to come into our life experiences. Prayer helps us to be honest. It helps us to reach out for help. It helps us to realize and understand that there is a power greater than we are, and we can use it. Prayer is our true protection. It is our armor. Prayer is our inroad to being more loving and happier. And love, well, love is a profound recognition of what has always been present. And love, it becomes visible when we are ready to feel it. We can dive into our divine nature, our inflow and outflow through meditation, self-reflection, and communion with others through spiritual discourse. This is why Sundays are so important to us, because we can spend time in meditation, self-reflection, and communion with others. And we engage in spiritual discourse. Keep in mind, though, that love is not about imposing or forcing another to do your bidding. Oh, no, no, no. Love's nature is to flow naturally through open doors, open minds, and open hearts. It reveals itself to us as we open ourselves to it. Think of it like this. Babies are always open to love. They are natural manifestations to their essence of love. Did you ever see a baby and not want to smile, aside from them maybe crying? But did you ever see a baby and not want to smile? Babies help to bring out the best as their pure essence radiates through their smiles. They have no ego. They have no fear or defense. For us adults, we begin the journey of unlearning as our self-awareness increases and we begin to release and let go our fears, doubts, and insecurities. All that baggage that we picked up along the way of what we call life. And it is with every gesture of tenderness, every sincere act of love and care that we find a window into our essential nature. Our nature, our essence is not something we acquire. It is something we unveil as we transcend the layers of ego, fear, and defense. As we mature spiritually, we let go of old ways. We let go of old ways of relating based on need or control, and we begin to see from a broader and freer space. In this process, the heart becomes an instrument of perception, capable of seeing beyond appearances. What once seemed external and separate is now recognized as part of a living, indivisible unity. We realize we are free in the spirit. We recognize spirit as the unifying force of each and every divine emanation that came here to play in this game of life. And this vision transforms the way we inhabit the world. We no longer seek to be completed by others, but rather share from the fullness that is revealed within. Thus, each encounter becomes an opportunity to contemplate the mystery of life, manifesting itself through connection, real connection, divine connection, a connection where love is in the forefront. When we see everything with the eyes of love, we become aware that love is all around us. And we have a reading from our president of the board and practitioner, Jerry Lawson. It's from the Science of Mind magazine, page 40. seeing with new eyes.
Seeing with new eyes. There is a quiet power in returning to yourself after the world has tried to name you. Just let that sink in. There is a quiet power in returning to yourself after the world has tried to name you. Zetkala Sa. God is spirit, God is substance, and substance is supply. Ernest Holmes, The Science of Mind, page 262. At any given moment, we can assist another person in looking at the world through new eyes. Our words can help reveal and open new worlds once hidden to them. A conversation can bring a sense of peace and calm to a troubled heart. A trip to a new land can begin to dismantle preconceived ideas and biases against groups of peoples or certain places. Even an invitation to a new restaurant can help reveal a new universe that was just down the road. I first saw this when I was young. My family didn't have the resources to go out to eat at nice restaurants. I'll never forget Ann Harrison, my best friend's mom, who would invite me to go with them to eat at a variety of different restaurants and always paid for me. She invited me on trips to different parts of the state and helped me open my eyes to a world foreign in my own backyard. I'm grateful for her sons, for the compassion she shared with me. All this time later, I can still sense her light. She helped me see the world with new eyes. Affirmation: I venture into new worlds, see with new eyes, and shine a powerful light. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Jerry. You know, I like to say, be the love you came here to be. Like I said, it's a difficult task because we have to shuffle through all the baggage that we've carried along our life and release and let it go. But be the love you came here to be and let your light shine. It's your light shining freely that will open up doors for others to see more clearly who they are as well. And we have a song by Johnny Nash. It's titled, I Can See Clearly Now. Chris, if you could bring forward that song. I absolutely love that song. If we could wake up every morning with that song, right?
Yes.
So now I invite you to just take a little moment. We're going to do a little meditation. We're going to sink down into our heart-centered space. So if you would kindly place your hand on your heart if you so choose. And just sink down. Allow your breath to bring you down into that space with your inflow and outflow of the miraculous breath. Breathing in and breathing out, just sinking deeper into that space, that heart-centered space where we feel that love. Knowing that the truth is that with this connection to the divine source, I can see clearly. So allow yourself to say, I can see clearly. All the obstacles that have been in my way are being released and let go. I release all of the obstacles in my way. Even though I thought that there were dark clouds that had me blind, my eyes are open. My eyes are open, and I am awakened to the truth that I am that love. I am that love. And I know, with my commitment, with my conscious choice, my commitment, that today is going to be a bright, sunshiny day. I feel it. I see it, for my vision is clear. And I know it to be true, for Spirit is the all-knowing, and I am connected with the all-knowing, that power that is greater than I am. And so I just allow myself to breathe and release and let go, knowing that all is good and all is God. And I am now awake. I am awakened to the truth. All right. Let us gently come back into the room and bring that beautiful feeling with you. Because we know that becoming is not a destination to be reached, but a sacred dance between who we are and who we are remembering to be. And we know that as we practice love, not as a fleeting emotion, but as a living expression of our divine nature, we begin to see clearly what has always been there, our oneness with the whole, our true connection with every divine emanation that is populated on this earth, and even those who have gone before and will come after. And we know that it's not about adding something new to ourselves. Oh, no, 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 for we are complete and whole as it is. We now know that it is about removing what obstacles our perception of the eternal and the everyday, removing the obstructions of our perception of the eternal and everyday. Every time we choose to open ourselves, we heal a wound. We heal a wound. That love heals all wounds. And when we let go of control or love unconditionally, when we give ourselves permission to forgive and forgive again, we are tuning the instrument of our being so that the melody of spirit can be heard more clearly through us. And when we walk tall in our divine essence, guess what? Everyone notices. And people will look at you like, what have they got that I don't have? Or they might say, I want some of what she has or what he has. As our Science of Mind teachings reminds us, love is not something that we give or receive as much as it is who we are. By practicing who we are, love, we reveal the being that has been waiting to be recognized. And in that recognition, we find rest, we find peace, we find joy, and we find a true reason to celebrate. We celebrate with open, loving hearts, and there's no better celebration than that. And we must be compassionate with ourselves and with others. Not everyone realizes that we're all on the same journey. But your tenderness is something that they probably need. Plant your seeds. Plant your seeds of tenderness and compassion. And remember, loving isn't always feeling good. It's choosing to be present. You're present to humanity. Let the ground that you walk on create that fertile ground for love to blossom from within. Every day, every morning when you awaken. So here's my challenge to you. When you wake up in the morning, every morning, put your hand on your heart before you even put your feet on the floor. Put your hand on your heart and make a conscious choice to commit to being loving today so that you could be that catalyst to awaken another into the loving being that they too are. To release and let go of judgment, fear, doubt, anxiety. Just let it go. Release and let it go. Do I have your commitment? Can we do this each and every morning? Yes, yes, I hear you. Yes, yes. Thank you. Each and every morning, your hand over your heart and commit to being love. Let us go ahead and we're going to go ahead and take this into prayer. And I guess I must have been flowing pretty fast through today's lesson because it's not very, it's still early in the day or in the service. So let's go ahead and take this into a treatment. Again, sink down into that space where we know there is only one mind, one divine source, and love that encompasses all that is. And I know I am one with this great divine source. All of humanity is one with this divine source flowing in the spirit of love. I realize this to be true. As I reach inward, seeking the gentle awareness of the sacredness that enfolds all life and reassures my restless heart, I feel comfort. I feel at home with my divine self. I find that any separation softens into an intimate oneness. I see healing hands extended to the earth and to every being who walks upon this earth, and I hold space for peace and safety. I know that hearts are filled with compassion and are fully open, trusting that right action flows from love and that all desires for global wellness is embraced and amplified by the greater mind. And gratitude rises within me for the unfolding of this good. And I give thanks in a voice made humble by wonder for each sign of revival, cooperation, and protection. Feeling thankful settles my spirit and steadies my faith in the unseen movement toward harmony. I release this word into the law of divine love, confident that the creative energy is already arranging the necessary grace and guidance. Letting go now. I rest in the peace of knowing that peace and safety for all is being fulfilled. And if you are in agreement with me, let us lock this in. Together we declare, and so it is.
Are you done, Reverend Teresa?
Yes, I am, Jerry. Thank you. I know we have announcements.
Let's give Reverend Teresa a round of applause. Always get a good science of mind lesson from her. And as you prepare your tithes and offerings, remember that your special end of the month contributions are really appreciated. All of the church bills have gone up, the electric, the gas, the internet, accounting, everything has gone sky high. So just if you would, just dig down deep and put in an extra $5 or $10. It just helps out to pay all those bills. Announcements. Practitioners are available for personal prayer and assistance after service Sunday mornings. That includes me, Fran, and Reverend June that are here. Prayer request forms are also on the backs of the chairs in the sanctuary, or they're up close to the prayer chest. And you also may email your request to the MCS email address at the bottom of the announcement. And we picked those up too. Okay. Well, let's do our benediction and then we'll finish the rest of the announcements. If you would, just relax. Mother, Father, God, we just give thanks for this time that we've had together. We give thanks for the wonderful lesson that we received from Reverend Teresa. For we know that love is the only way. When we think of love, we wake with love on our mind, love on our tongues, and the divine love of God working in and through us. And as we go to our respective homes, we know that we are blessed. Our ministers are blessed. Our money is blessed. Our church is blessed. Our building is blessed. Each and every person that's here today, each and every person that's on Zoom are blessed. And if you're in agreement with me, you can say with me, and so it is. And so we let it be. And I want to call Jackie Lawson to the front, please, to make her announcement about her class, her card making class. And while she's coming up, chair exercise on Wednesdays from 11 to 12 p.m. Instructor Daphne Hill, wear comfortable clothing and shoes, and a donation of $5 for each class. Jackie? Jackie's going to start her card making, and I'm going to let her describe it to you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. The card making classes are going to start on May 4th, and they're going to be on Mondays. So we have Monday, May 4th, May 18th, and the last one will be June 1st. It's $15 for the entire session, and we will be learning how to work with the Cricut this year. So in those 3 sessions. So I am looking forward to it. We have almost a full class. I have a couple of spots left, and you can register on May 4th. Okay? Thank you very much. They're from 11 to 4.
All right, thank you. And her cards are famous now. We have people that pull their card, all the cards out that they've got for all the years and show them off when their birthdays come up. So, Richard Living Bookstore is open after church and also on Fridays from 1 to 3:30. And we have a few cookbooks left. And that completes our announcements. That completes today's service. We're going to sing a peace song. So if you would, gather in the middle. and we'll let there be peace on earth